YouTube. What's going on, Black America? What's going on, Black Milwaukee? Once again, it's your boy, World Class Smartass is in the building for another edition of Outlaw Radio tonight on a Thursday night, man. I'm Kevin Barnes. Normally, I always have a bunch of people here with me. I do not have my crew here with me. Why I don't have the clique with me is because we are in the midst of this corona pandemic, which has changed the way we are actually living our lives right now, whether or not you know it or not. So welcome to the show, man. We're going to have a good time. It's Outlaw Radio. Shut them down. I got my corona fro. My camera's a little bit off. And I know they have a lot of supporters. And shout out to Liz Brown, Kamar Carter, and Brother Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn, wherever you are. It's Outlaw Radio, man. It's Thursday night. We are in the midst of this pandemic. It's going down. It keeps changing on a daily basis. You never know what information you're gonna get next. You don't know what the fallout is gonna be from this. There are a lot to say. Black people have a lot of theories about what's going on. If you've been listening to the show, you've heard most of them. I'm sure if you stay tuned, you'll hear more because people will call in tonight because people support the show. That number is 262-202-5131, 262-5131, man. What are we going to do? We know the problem. At what point do we start talking about solutions? I know that there's not even like a calendar. There's not even a schedule for this vaccine or whatever it is. And people are saying, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. But, you know, I know there's a different way that this is being discussed, because on one hand, you truly do have the effects of it, right? Like, so you see that it's all bad. Like, people are dying from it. People are coming down with as it should be, which means that there are people who are getting over. We don't hear those stories nearly as much as we hear the problem. So let's talk about it tonight, that amongst other shit. You know how I do it, man. Like I say, call in, be a part of the show. The show's interactive. Everybody got cabin fever. Everybody's kind of shut in the house, and or at least you're supposed to be. So tell me what you're doing. There's a lot. People are doing a lot of things. People are active on social media. I see people taking walks now. Some of them got masks on. Some of them don't. Rep your business. Please call in and do so. Like, shit, what else we gonna do? Right? Like, so call in, man. Tell us what you're doing, why you do it, how you do it. It is what it is, man. It's you know, give yourself some flowers, especially if you're a business that's still going on right now, because we know that there's this essential versus non-essential thing with businesses and who can stay open and who can do what. Now, some of the businesses, some people might say, aren't essential. There is a battle for entrepreneurs to say, I should be able to you know, provide curbside service. And that's something we got to get into. But we'll be back. I'll be back on Saturday night. Hopefully, we can get to some kind of understanding where I can get my co-host back with me, because I know y'all get tired of just seeing your boys. If you are sitting around and you're starting to formulate some theories or some hypotheses, it's your boy, the world-class smartass Kevin Barnes, the mouthpiece of the movement, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer. As I sip my adult beverage, I hope you have one as well. You ain't doing shit. The liquor store's still open. Hit me up, man. Call in. Let me know how y'all feel. Shout out to 3041 North, Mr. Terry, with a beautiful facility. Your most luxurious events down at Mr. Terry's place, right on North Avenue. Beautiful, beautiful facility. 414-810-3131 is the number you can call for that. Man, shout out to all. You know, before this thing popped, we were having vegan chefs, and I was having, like, you know, chai beards, and she had the eyelashes, the mink eyelashes, all this kind of stuff. I was really trying to push Black business. Shout out to Kimberly King and the Wisconsin United for Freedom group up in Madison, putting it down. And then I have to shout out, because now we're coming down to this election, all of the politicians that have come to the show. Thank you for coming through. I can kind of name them. I can say Lena Taylor. I can say David Crown. I can say Nick McVeigh. I can say Fred Royal, Orlando Owens. You know, I hope I didn't forget anybody. Panima Nathi, when she came in, that show was tragic, to say the least, right? But shout out to her too, man. She ran, she failed. So if you know, you can stand up, and there's that thing where they say, don't complain about all the stuff that's wrong. Be the change that you. Let me know how you feel about that. Like I said, man, I'm gonna keep this thing popping because I'm quarantined. I'm locked down, so I got all this shit down here, so I may as well use it, right? Like so. I got a lot of wires and buttons hooked up. Anybody who's ever been here tell you, I got a lot of stuff hooked up so we can communicate amongst ourselves. That is the whole point of me doing the show. I know, you know, I have a huge ego just like any other brother. And a lot of people say, well, what does he love to do more than talk about himself? Which is actually very true. But I tried to, oh, Vince and Tony. I'm sorry, Vince. I'm sorry. Vince is my partner. Vince and Tony running. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Vince and Tony running for district for alderman, District 1 against Ashanti, man, and move it and really just being a thorn in Ashanti's side. So please, please, if you're in the first district, I hope you're voting for Vince Tony, man. My bad, Vince. My bad. That's the homie. Keith Terry said, put the number out there, 414-810-3131, man. Rep your brand. Let me know how you feel. 262-202-5131. But I was getting back to the reason why I actually continue to do this, because like I said, I think for too long we've trusted them to write the narrative. And I think if we've made a mistake, it's that. We trust and believe in their systems and their information and their research. We never research for ourselves. We never dig off into it, as my mama would say. And I think that's what we have to do. If we really want to get an understanding of what's what in America for people of color, we got to go figure it out ourselves. You can't wait on the individual that's had their foot on your neck forever to try and enlighten you. That's not part of the game. So hit me up, man. Too long. Shout out to everybody who called in last week because the show ended up being 2 hours. So people are like, how you do a show by yourself? It was 2 hours. Well, it wasn't just me talking. Everybody was talking, man. He said he waiting to wear his hoodie. Vince, I got you, man. I got you. You can come right now. I got you, man. Outlaw hoodies. I just stopped pushing them because we're in this pandemic and people don't have money. You know, it's something I'm gonna talk about later on tonight with this people who are laid off their jobs, people who have lost income. And this stimulus check is like what, 2 weeks worth of bills. So it's a lot of people right now. You know, they want to. Maybe they would like to support. I got the Black Girl Magic thing too. All kinds of apparel, man, for you all to support. You know, and it's tried and true, man. The 414 need a imprint. My number is 262-202-5131. 262-202-5131. It's Outlaw Radio. It's what I do on Thursday nights. It's still damn sure a labor, but I managed to get it done, right? So that's why it's so important that you call in. Let me know how y'all feeling, what y'all up to. I have a lot of stuff to talk about with the North Side. And like right now, I think we may be in probably about a month strong, knee deep, because this was creeping on us. And some of us were paying attention to it, some of us were not. But I think that you know, it's now that it's here, we're about a month in, right? So like people have lost their jobs. There's all kinds of concessions supposedly being made on a moratorium of evictions, and you know, people freezing car notes or whatever that you had. The whole machine turn in our economy until something like this happens. So Trump's biggest thing is that he follows Trump, you know, religiously, but he's more worried about the economy. He's worried about, you know, businesses failing than he is about at least releasing some truth about what's going on with this pandemic. We still don't have any answers. I know it's fun to do. I love to hear Black people's theories. That number is 262-202-5131. Vince, it's 262-202-5131. You can interact with me tonight. Everybody's going live. I said, you know, why, fuck it. Why wouldn't I? You know, because like I said, normally I have an ensemble cast and we do kind of like what I like to consider a production. But shit, I mean, I don't like, because I'm not one of those cats who like put his food and where he is and all this, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you do. But like most of the stuff you see me do on social media will be related to either this or some information that Black people need to know. That's why you need to get with my Facebook group, the People's News Network. No fight videos, no porn, no cooning. It's just, you know, sometimes there's some jokes in there, some funny memes or whatever, but the People's News Network on Facebook, that's our group. And a lot of the stuff we talk about here on the show, it's there. So you can actually go and look and see. If you want to fact check me and say, well, he didn't know what he was talking about, or he knew what he was talking about, you can go to the People's News Network and you can get all that information, man. Join up. Anybody can get in. I just expect you not to put no dumb shit in there. So respect the platform. It's just like I'm saying with the show. Respect the platform, 262-202-5131. Let's have some conversation tonight. Let's talk about how we actually feel. Like I said, here on the north side of Milwaukee, it was pitched that, this was kind of like the center of it, like this was ground zero. And then they said one part of town and there was a different part of town. And so now, but they still haven't told you anything you really need to hear. I do agree with some people who say that there's been some foods you say, oh my God, this shit is over. But, and some of it's accurate. I think what they try to do is create awareness so that you will prepare, because like with this whole stay at home, safer at home, whatever they want to call it, every day. So it's just like people's like, nah, man, I'm doing what the hell I got to do. Now they're moving towards saying, should law enforcement be regulating you when you out, where you going? Those checkpoints that contribute to people who fear martial law. And martial law is a crazy thing, and it's basically where the military would come in and institute control, and so you'll be under whatever they say. You no longer live in a democracy. What's happening, my brother? I'm solo dolo, man. What's going on?
I see. Ain't too much going on. Just quarantine. I got enough work to keep me quarantined 2-3 more months. This announcement about the vaccine or something. That's how you chimed in on a little bit.
Well, the vaccine, I haven't heard. I don't have any new news on a vaccine. What I had was some information regarding the somebody called in last week and said that Bill Gates actually owns the patent to the coronavirus, and this was kind of like a ploy for him to come with this vaccine and microchip us. So I did the research on, is that true? Because Bill Gates has the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. That's how they do their philanthropy. It's a non-profit charitable organization, and they contribute millions to a lot of different organizations. And there's actually some biological stuff, and Bill Gates has been like saying, let's practice, let's rehearse, just in case we have an outbreak. But I found out is that supposedly that's not true. He doesn't own a virus for Corona-19, as they call it. He doesn't actually. He did give them some money. They have done biological research. People have to understand that the coronavirus that we're dealing with is a specific strand. The coronavirus itself has always been around. You know that. That's the common cold. Like it has many different forms, but it's this strand that's contributed to the pandemic. So I haven't heard. Have you heard some news about a vaccine, a potential vaccine?
I did see something today. It is probably on NPR, but again, you hear it early, and then tomorrow everybody will be talking about it.
Right.
So I don't have the specifics and the details, but it was something about they have a way of giving you this vaccine, or the vaccine. But again, I'm not a scientist. I just try to stay in house, stay away from these people that's been everywhere.
6
so
feet.
When it's all passes, I'm still breathing and kicking with y'all, and we can get into 2021.
I hope, man. 2020 has been a beast so far. But by you asking me that, it does bring up, because this is a question I've been asking people. If they came with a vaccine now and said that this will cure it, would you take that vaccine?
No, I've never had the flu shot. I don't take medicine. So there's these things in your blood called phagocytes, and your phagocytes do work.
Okay.
But they get lazy if you take antibiotics and all these different drugs. So as a person, I've always, not had health insurance because I've been an entrepreneur.
Right.
So I stay healthy so that I don't have to be on all these different medications and shit.
Okay.
Because I don't have the money for that. I got the money to lose in the market. I ain't got no money for no bullshit I can control, which is trying to stay healthy and trying to stay fit.
Well, now you talk about the market, and I know you are an investor.
Oh, I'm loving it. Yes, sir.
But it's topsy-turvy right now, ain't it?
No, man, because think about it. Okay, do the research. I'm not giving financial advice, and I'm not a licensed broker, but I am a day trader, and I've been doing this shit for about 12 years. There is a stock everybody was familiar with. If the symbol was S, and that was for Sprint. Everybody said Sprint had the bullshit technology, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't have a 5G and they wasn't all on it. Well, T-Mobile been trying to buy them forever. So all of us, I think yesterday, so we got our shares for the S stock. They gave us TMU or TUM, something like that. So again, small cheap stock, $3, $9. So if you got $3 in, and then it go to $9 grand. There's other companies that people should be paying attention to. Just open your eyes and look around. If you got a thing for TikTok or Clorox bleach or anything that you see as a gorilla in the market, you should put that on your watch list. And if you do that, I got my kids. My son is a beast. My stepchildren are beasts because as young people, they have more time to get money. And I tell my kids, you don't have to buy a house. You don't need to get a mortgage. I mean, so what you need to do is you need to make your money work for you. So if you can do this from 19 to 25, you'll have 150 grand. There ain't gonna be no money to you because it's easy to get that kind of money together if you don't screw off your money. Right. You don't try to win all your money, drive all your money, eat all your money. I used to buy the block. I used to buy both sides of the block, thinking that if I owned the property on that side and this side, I would have control of the environment. I could create a community. I lost a lot of money doing that, but I've been a landlord for 34 years. And what trying to buy both sides of the block is, it'll get you this whole street bill. When they come through and do the sidewalks on the street, they give every piece on that block a piece of that bill. When you own the whole block, you get the whole damn street bill. And this is the facts. People don't understand that community is about the market-driven community, not these little pet garbage projects. I'm an old dude, so I'm looking at 10 years and out, T-7. But when you look at what community is, it's the people that's homeless, it's the people that's dreamers, it's the people that's struggling to get to work, to go to college. Community is so much bigger than one little building that took $3.5 million out of block grant or whatever. Community is the market. So yeah, I'm not all dreamy about investing in real estate, but I'm dreamy about building. You can't see it if you're not a dreamer. If you're a dreamer, get on that dream. At the bridge, we're going to have weddings at the bridge. We're going to have locations and events at the bridge. We're going to have apartments to live at the bridge. We're going to have services at the bridge. The bridge, there's only 2 bridges on North Avenue. That one on the east side and this one right here. I don't need the city to help me brand the bridge. I don't need young millennials to help me brand the bridge. What I'm going to do to brand this bridge is I'm going to brand this bridge with the community. We're going to start off discovering doing this post-healthy and all these other side endeavors I have, that lighting is so critical for filming and doing all that studio stuff.
Yes.
But it can't just be, it's got to be light everywhere for it to be boss video. Right. And once you got the lighting right, every camera act right.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't about how sweet the camera is, it's how sweet the lighting is.
Yeah.
So, first recession, Black Bank saved me. Second recession, they took my property. I had to figure it out. So no, I don't overextend myself. But at least you could have said, well, now we can infuse some cash in society. Because people figure that shit out. People figure it out, bro.
Right.
People figure it out. But when you get these handouts and it don't work and all that money is gone, and you still got to deal with the deficit, you got to deal with the opioid crisis, you got to deal with these natural disasters. But if they couldn't rebuild our community, when we didn't have all this crap, for them to throw away a couple $1 trillion giving people checks when they could have rebuilt the community, the urban communities, come on, man.
Well, that's
falling for the okie doke.
That's
nobody should be getting no money.
That's a point of contention right now that there's a miracle. There's trillions of dollars for stimulus when for years you told us that there's really no money for structured reparations, which is what I like to call it. structured reparations as opposed to one check. But you're right, that is a point, and I know people who are listening to the show have an opinion on that because I've seen that on social media. So you bring up a good point when you say, yeah, all of a sudden you got a couple trillion to throw away for $1,200 or $3,000 for a month, and we looking at a shutdown that could potentially be 6 to 8 months. You're gonna have to continuously keep giving it. So how many trillions you gonna give, and then turn around when this is over and tell us, oh yeah, we ain't got no money for reparations? I think black people ain't buying it. I think black people ain't buying it.
I agree. I think that the value of the dollar is going to be diluted in such a way that these dollars are worth something. When you think about all the cats that brag about being billionaires, they billionaires in dollars.
Right.
But they're smart enough to invest their money in other currencies. I think that gold is the standard. Our money isn't backed by gold anymore. It's backed because people believe that if they go to work and they get paid a certain amount of money, then everything is good. I don't accept your money for events or weddings, and I tell you, you need to go over there to the terminal, key in this code, bring back the receipt. What I accept is you going over there to gold reserve joint that's holding my little bars of gold. That could be whatever, but it's what I'm willing to accept for the item that I'm creating that you're willing to pay something for. That something doesn't have to be the dollar. So yeah, the billionaires that's billionaires now, they already got all the money, but if they keep printing it, it ain't gonna be worth nothing to nobody.
To go, because Obama them blew his head off over that, man. So
hey, well, hopefully they'll come see this. But if they do, I got that multi-million-dollar insurance policy that's going in effect, and I won't get to see it. But I got one.
Right,
so
man.
again, they ain't gonna kill me, bro. I'm too much dead.
Peace and love, man. Hey, man, thanks for calling in, bro.
Much love, always, bro.
Yes, sir. Mr. Terry down at 3041 North is Outlaw Radio. Shut them down. Business is shut down. Right now, stay your ass at home. You're safer at home. You go in a store where you can, which a business that is deemed essential, stand 6 feet back type shit. So yeah, man, it's real. Just in case you didn't know, whether it's a fear campaign. And see, I think a lot of people get busy arguing about the argument. Oh, it's a fear campaign. Oh, it's not real. Or where's the bodies? Well, the fact of the matter is that something is going on right now, and it's some real situations that have shut down the NBA, the Olympics. You see these kinds of things. That money is essential money. That's millions and billions that go into our economy. So call me, let me know how you're live on the People's Network. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's brother?
Okay, what's on your mind?
Man, it's watching everything that's revolved, watching all the fallout from the Corona and all the stuff going on right now, the quarantine stuff and the election, and you see they bring up the National Guard. You heard it here first on the People's Network.
Okay.
Don't know if they're gonna step out or not. I already know what's gonna happen on Tuesday, man. It seems like it's real already.
Right.
And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's down there.
First of all, shout out to Serena Harper Mitchell. I see you, my sister. I see you, Aaron Brown. 262-202-5131 is the number you can call if you want to get involved. But no, you know what? I was one of those people who was saying push that election back. And instead of that, because let's be honest, like the turnout. First of all, in the black community, the voter turnout is low anyways. So when you're talking about in the midst of a pandemic in which this Corona thing is going, there's going to be because a lot of people are going to use that as an excuse not to vote. I get the absentee voterism. I get all of that. Let them mail you the ballot. But see, for a lot of people, that's such a drawn out process, especially people of color. Now you at home and you quarantine, you really ain't got shit to do. But people, it's just played. And shout out to Lena Taylor who called last week and explain some closures of some voting polls and there's a lot of fallout with this election on how things were done. But I think there will be no change in this election. I can't see, if DC is able to edge Chris Larson, and I'll at least dump some bread in there, if he's able to edge him, that might be the only one that I could see. Because I love Lena and I want Lena to win. But I'm just scared that we are the ones who are going to vote for her. I think we may. My brother Vince Tony, who I forgot in the beginning, Vince is running the most courageous campaign you can possibly run. But right now, with the situation, and they've been able to kind of put an asterisk on this election, I'm just thinking we're gonna be back to the same shit after April 7th. What you think?
Well, I agree that a lot of the fallout's going to be. So one school of thought is if you keep the election as is, it favors the incumbents.
Right.
If you push it off, it favors the challengers.
Right. It gives
In
them more
the
time.
end,
Yeah.
how long do you push it off for? When are we going to be all clear? A lot of these positions have a constitutional end date. Now they can be extended, under extreme situations like this. But how long do you keep pushing it off? So I get it. Even Republicans, Democrats, mayoral races or the automatic races, they all want to get their voters out. That's the big thing. The question is though, how long do you postpone it? If you are in the camp of postponing, when do you postpone it? When it's all clear? You got, even for me, my signatures start on the was supposed to start on the 17th of this month to get the signatures circulated so I get on the ballot. That's going to probably be pushed back because we have a stay inside order by the governor. Up to the 25th. We have the stay inside order or recommendation by the White House to the end of the month, 30th.
Right.
Pushed back. You saw the DNC is getting pushed back. So everything's getting pushed back.
So I would say, of course, you can't push it back forever, but at least push it back a month or so. I do believe it does favor the challengers because you do get an extra opportunity to kind of go out and do some more doors. Now is a very crucial time, and you have to understand that in vote, like you got to keep your name in their mouth. So it's just like this time is crucial for this is the seventh inning stretch. It's crucial for challengers to be able to go out and make a last push and try to sway some vote. Any real change in
a lot of mailers. You can't do DC and some other campaign things.
Yeah,
I'm a small campaign,
right.
But if I can't go do doors, then my election has to be one on doors. If I can't even do doors, man, even though you might list it, even when you list it and say it's okay to go back outside again, it's still gonna take a month for people to even accept that it's true.
Yeah,
so people won't even go to doors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still going to have a effect, even if you say on the 25th we listen to stay at home, you can go outside again. It's still going to be a while for people to start, actually starting to engage again and ready to accept these campaigns. So it definitely will be a campaign that will go down with an asterisk down behind it. But I think DC has a great chance of coming through, but he has to make it up. I think Jason Fields is probably, in my opinion, probably the one that's sitting the prettiest between him and maybe Senator Tillman. They both won.
Some accusations.
Won by maybe.
And some accusations about some dark money or whatever floating. So not that people would pay attention to that, but I do because and it's in the People's News Network. Vince Tony said there's been over 400 absentee ballots submitted that won't be counted. He said they didn't have a witness signature. Exactly. Doors have been cut out completely. That was my avenue to win. He said only 3,000 people voted in the District 1 primary. Once again, so Vince Tony just hit it on the head. Vince, hit us up, man. Make sure you call in. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. So in a city where the turnout is already low, when you get hit with something like this here, and let's be honest, a lot of people in our city feel comfortable with Barrett, easing their minds on Fox 6 in the morning. He's quarantined. He's at his house unless he is illegally in a polling place. But other than that, he's in his house. He's saying, hey, y'all stay home, man. Y'all, it's
I'll tell you, I'll give you this interesting twist. My campaign slogan is "People over party," but it's interesting how I think you've been one of the ones who've been kind of, straightforward with the critiques of both parties. It's interesting how the Democratic machine is kind of leaving Lynn Taylor out there in the wind to twist. They all kind of fell behind Barrett. All the money flowed behind Barrett, but the year of the black broke toward Barrett. Okay. I'm like, well, how's that going to play out? DC might pull it out. She got a good stuff to her.
Well, once again, you have to understand, and I'm going to break this down again. You have to understand that even within the Democratic Party, there's different kinds of Democrats. There's corporate Democrats, there's conservative Democrats, there's moderate Democrats. There's different degrees of democrating. And you have two, what it does is you have to have somebody to pay the bills. So you have the working party, the family party, and then you have Nation Consulting. You have these kinds of entities that are behind these candidates, and they contribute to the funding of them. Or you have Abley, like DC has. Abley is young Bruce Wayne dropping bread, right? So, but you have to understand how it functions. So I think Lena is admittedly, she said that she's not against nonpartisan politics. Lena's told people she'll go across the line to get something done, right? So, so I think that pisses the Democrats off to not pull the.
For me, I'm digging that because I'm a moderate, Republican. And someone's got a Republican, how you say, you got the worker Republicans, the grassroots Republicans. I'm kind of a moderate. So when you look at the three, at least, the three top vote getters on the Democratic side, they all, I know in general politics 101 in your primary, you run toward the base, but in the general, you run toward the center.
But I would even flip that on you too, though. I would even flip that on you too, though, because we know the power of the party that you represent because you are a Republican. I don't see the Republican putting a juice in your caboose either because I'm not even going to say somewhat. You have shown that you're willing to do nonpartisan politics. You're saying people over party. You telling them not to give you no money. So I think you and Lena are running the same. And that's why black people need their own political party. Instead of us depending on these two parties that built this thing that we live in right now. These two parties have been in charge for hundreds of years and shit's still crazy. So, I think there needs to be a third party that's injected into this.
And I agree. I think it's going to be a very interesting turnout. I think even like you said, for me, there are going to be some Republicans who are turned off by my moderate stance that I'm not conservative enough. And I'll tell you, man, I'm so sick of these titles, man, conservative party. That's good grandma wisdom. And then being progressive, what does that mean? Being forward thinking, somebody who can think ahead and see that there's certain things that need to change.
It all depends on how much money you got in the bank, man. So vote for Orlando, man. Black Republican running Assembly District, man. Orlando Anderson. Know him when you see him. I put his
Orlando Owens, you be good, bro.
I said Anderson. He shot Tupac. My bad. Orlando Owens. No, my bad. That's one of that's one of the side effects of adult beverages, man. My bad.
you good, my friend.
Yes, sir.
You take care of yourself, my man.
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm holding on, man. You too, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. Vote for Orlando Owens, man. I'm the type of dude that in every contest, I want the black dude to win. It could be like a spitting contest. Even if he ain't even from America, he'd be like from Africa or Greece, like, the Greek freak. I don't care what it is, a rock throwing contest. I'd be like, the black dude need to win. I'm pro-black, unapologetically. But it's Outlaw Radio, man. Shut them down. I'm in here with my Corona Fro. You can see it. The YouTube camera's a little bit better. Can't see it. I got the Corona Fro. Normally I'm tapered. I got the Corona beard, real itchy right about now. Salt and pepper type thing. I know y'all got it too, because the barbershop. Some people got mobile barbers and all that, and some brothers is just good with the clippers. I'm not one of them dudes. I'm going to be looking like Sly Stone when I get up out of here. By the time this thing is over, my hair going to be on my shoulders. 262-202-5131 is Outlaw Radio. Shut them down on a Thursday night. Call in. Let me know how you feel. Like I said, man, we were looking at a situation where they were more worried about business for a minute than they were worried about the people. So they and we thought that they snuck this on us. And this was a great point of debate on my last show, the 5G thing. Like people keep saying when and where and how and when. It's already happening. Like Lena Taylor said on the show, it's already been voted in. You missed the bus. So they're currently building 5G towers or completing them. I think AT&T and somebody else is already offering 5G. There are some scientific arguments about what 5G does, the intensity of the radiation that it brings to us. And I know y'all know more about it than me because people, I'm on Facebook and I'm seeing y'all theories. So it's 262-202-5131. That's the number you can call to let me know about what y'all learned this week about the 5G. I seen that people are saying that this is actually corona when it's not. That the symptoms of corona kind of coincide with the 5G, the over radiation. So if you know something about that, let me know, man. I don't know all the ins and outs about it. I know that this 5G thing is at one point was weaponized, and it was something that the CIA and the military used to get at people. So let me know, man. Like I say, it's not really worth me having a faster phone or a faster computer if this shit's gonna kill us. And this is like dual stress for black people because you don't know if it's the corona or the 5G right now. You can go and you can Google 5G. You can get all that information in regards to what it is and how it affects us and the potential dangers of it. And like my sister Lena Taylor said, you can go and look at the bill that was written that actually approved the implementation of this. It's all information and it's all right at your fingertips, man. So you can always go and look that up. So let me know how y'all feel, man. 262-202-5131. I see, and a lot of my people, like this was a like a point of debate too, with the Dr. Sebi. That's always, you don't want to get two Dr. Sebi cats or a Dr. Sebi dude and a dude who's anti-Dr. Sebi. You don't want to get them together in a room. It's going to be a big-ass argument. But Nick Cannon, supposedly people were saying even with Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, we just passed the date to commemorate. I ain't saying anniversary of somebody's death. I think we just passed the date to commemorate the day that he was murdered. But supposedly he was working on this Dr. Sebi documentary, and people say that this Dr. Sebi stuff is something that Big Pharma and a lot of other people behind the walls don't want you to know about nutrition or about, how we should be eating as a people. So you have to, wholeheartedly sink myself into following Dr. Sebi. Because I'm just, I have to, it's a lot I could learn probably from Dr. Sebi in terms of what he said with nutrition. I know basic facts about him. I can't give you the ins and outs of the diet like some people can. But Nick Cannon is coming with that. So that's going to be pertinent information. You know what's crazy? Like we've all been in the house and we've been watching a lot of television and we've been watching, like binge watching a lot of shows, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. Streaming services are eating right now. They're eating because we're all binge watching all this bullshit. Like I've been watching Love and Hip Hop Miami and Atlanta and Black Ink. And I've been watching all this stuff. But the craziest thing has been this Tiger King thing. Have you seen this Tiger King thing? Call in 262-202-5131. It's all madness going on with multiple wives. Here's an old white woman who may or may have not killed her husband. And in the middle of all this shit is big ass lions, tigers, and bears. That, first of all, I don't know what white people's obsession is with jungle animals. Like, do you think about it? White people take you on safari. They like to go on safari in Africa and make trophies out of lions. Like, black people are from Africa, and we don't even chase the lions and shit like that. Tell me what's up with that. You're live on the People's Network. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey,
What's
man, you talking about the Tiger King?
Yes, I'm talking about the Tiger King.
Man, I've seen it, man. This is Orlando again. That's a weird documentary, bro.
It's crazy. It's once again. First of all, I know this has nothing to do with the price of tea in China in terms of, even helping you maintain any kind of mental stability through this pandemic. But it is some entertainment that we're looking at. So the Tiger King thing is weird. It's just like I'm watching this and this girl gets her arm tore off, but you got a piece of meat in your hand and you reach through the cage to give it to the tiger, and the tiger rips your arm off. And like this is another day at the zoo type shit. So I don't know, man. The Tiger King, I was entertained. I didn't expect to be, but once the fuckery got deep, I didn't feel that bad about Love and Hip Hop as I usually do, because normally Love and Hip Hop make me feel bad as a black person. I'm like, damn, they're making us look crazy. But this shit showed that white people be on some bullshit too. That's what I think the Tiger King kind of shows you. What you think, man?
Man, it was definitely different. It was definitely reality. It was this real kind of business. I was like, man, people live like this. This is crazy. This feud with the lady who got her husband mysterious disappeared. They can't find the body. This dude is the boyfriend who they both claim they don't like men, but they in a gay marriage, threesome.
It's all over the place. Crazy, it's crazy, right? Like, so I was actually surprised by it because I'm one who likes, I'm like, I ain't watching that. I ain't watching. But I sat there. I think we may have watched. I didn't finish the season because I pretty much seen how it was going. I think we got down to like the last episode. And pills. And then you find out today that he has this video from back then where he was actually upset because he can't say the N-word, apparently. So he was mad about that. So they have one with him just kind of raging because he can't say the N-word. So yes, that dude is a racist gay dude, like who like collects and captures tigers. I don't know, man. Tell me something good, man.
Man, I didn't know that people are into like exotic animals like that. Even the drug guy. I'm like, man, everybody like tigers like that, and these things are ferocious. Even when the one that grabbed his leg and pulled him down, he shot the thing or shot at it.
Well, he got dragged. Yeah, he kept shot. I mean, come on, man. You see all of that. So, yeah, man, it's a crazy thing, man. It's a crazy thing. I just didn't know if I was the only one. Well, I didn't know if I was the only one watching this bullshit. I'm just.
Yeah, saying. I know.
All right, bro. All right. So yeah, man, if you've seen the Tiger King, man, let me know. This shit was stupid, man. Like dysfunction is everywhere in America, and like it goes to show you that people will do anything. Like, how the hell did he get that job? Like, he's a millionaire. So it's crazy, man. The Tiger King is stupid. I see you, my sister Antonia Anderson, Tammy World. I see you. It's Outlaw Radio. Shut them down. Of course, we were discussing the pandemic, but I did just want to take it because I've been trapped in the house. Like we've been in the house, and you watching all kinds of stuff. Like I admit that, like I watch like swamp people and shit like that to see the rednecks go catch the alligators. But so I'm on Netflix now, and I'm watching all these shows and I'm watching all these movies. Good. So tell me what y'all doing, man. What are you all doing with yourselves? And some of y'all been off work now for 2-3 weeks a month. What you doing? 262-202-5131. Call in, let me know. It's Outlaw Radio. Like I said, I'm not gonna song all night. I don't have my co-host. It gets it gets crazy because I'm in the studio by myself, and like I hate to. I'm annoyed. I was annoyed, but I'm not now. When you do your live, do your live. I might be watching. Because I look at people's lives all Outlaw Radio tonight and then do it Saturday night, but I don't have any co-hosts. And I left the Warrior Report alone because that's more of me and Kamar Carter. If you want to get the cleanses, he's the one who does Nature's Nature Herbs. 414-949-2122. Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements. This is his cleanse. I have his vitality capsules. I got the elderberry syrup that I've been kind of taking to hopefully boost my immune system through this pandemic. So let me know what y'all doing. If y'all want to get with Kamar on some of them herbs or whatever, hit us up. Call in, rep your brand. Tell me what you're doing with yourself during this quarantine, this semi-quarantine, because it's going crazy. I see a lot of people, like I said, doing social media challenges, going on TikTok, going on all these different outlets. I'm not really into that. I watch them. It's fun. I do the memes. Everybody knows I love a good, funny meme. But to go on Facebook, man, you see a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands because they are doing a lot, right? DJ D Nice, who's the rapper D Nice, if you're from my era, he did a live DJ thing last week that kind of set it off where now a lot of celebrities, they're doing beat battles with producers going against each other. So, I mean, it's a way to be entertained. After a while, though, you get tired of looking at your damn phone or your iPad or whatever it is, man. So, and it's okay to go outside. Like, I think people need to understand that. What they want you to do is avoid large gatherings and being up close around a lot of people. Like, give each other some distance. They want you to wash your hands. They want you to be more conscious of the transferring of germs and stuff like that than you normally would be. So that's all it's about at this point. But like I said, y'all tell me what y'all doing. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'll be here for a second, then I'll be gone into the night. We'll be back Saturday night. But you know, it's funny that they say alcohol sales are up by 55%. Now they said that liquor stores wouldn't have to close, right? Like, so if you're a drinker, you get your adult beverage. Is this how we're gonna get through the quarantine, right? Like, put our mask on and go get some brew. I don't know, but people are drinking, right? Serena said, where's Jay-Z and Beyonce? Underground in a bunker. Yeah, you can run, but you can't hide. You know, it is what it is. If it's God's plan, you'll fall in line as well. So you can hide all underground all you want. You haven't heard from Jay-Z and Beyonce. Where is Jay-Z and Beyonce? Like, I guess they with the rest of the super uber rich people, you know, hiding. Got an island anyways. Let's just go to the island. We don't have that luxury here, especially if you live on the north side of Milwaukee. I seen people out in front of their homes. Another challenge that I seen my people doing, like the jump rope challenge. I seen that's kicking off right now. Hey man, y'all do that, man. Get involved. Not be overly pessimistic. Like, let's keep some hope. Let's keep some faith. Let's say we're gonna get through this. It's gonna get tough. And they've said worse before it gets better. So let's just be strong. Let's be ready to be strong for each other, man. Let's be ready to really hunker down and really, you know, and I think coming out of this, what we should do is empower our communities. I think that's the biggest thing that you can get out of this. I think you have to empower your community. Like, meaning you have to actually now look out for the person next door to you or across the street. You have to be willing at this point to lend a helping hand because you don't know where this is going. So, you know, some brothers bought bullets, some brothers bought toilet paper. It is what it is, man. It depends on your individual perspective and your outlook. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, man. I'll be back Saturday night. I didn't want to waste too much of your time. Just want to get his microphone on, or whatever the vaccination is, or what you want to do to break out your slump. Maybe you want to call in on the show and act a fool. Do that, man. 262-202-5131. We got about 5 minutes left before I bounce out this joint. It's been a good show, man. Serena said, make Milwaukee clean again. No doubt, my sister. Yeah, let's stop throwing garbage out the window every goddamn where we go. You know, coming out of this, let's just be better. Let's just make an effort to be better people. If nothing else, look at yourself and look inside yourself and say, hey, man, what have I done up to this point that if I left here today, I'd be proud of? It can't be all bad. And if it is, then I think you need to reinvest in doing something good, man. And that's why I tell people all the time, man, do what you're going to do, but make sure you're doing it for you and make sure that you ain't hurt nobody in the process, man. So instead of complaining and getting caught up in all of the he said, she said, I would, I could, I should, just be the change you want to see, man. I'll see y'all Saturday night. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. Subscribe to our poor ass YouTube page. I promise I'm going to deal with that on the other side when we come out of this pandemic, man. Shout out to my co-host. Peace and love. I'll see y'all Saturday night.